Wife of 7 years, left because I didn't want kids. Hey everyone, welcome back to Lives on Reddit. Don't forget to subscribe to be a for lifer. I am mid-30s and divorced around 8 months ago. Now trying to figure out this thing called single life. My ex and I were together 10 years and married 7 of that. They knew I didn't want kids and were fine with it until they weren't. Well, actually, she told me she thought she could change my mind, that if she loved me enough that I would come around. A year before we got divorced, she gave me an ultimatum: kids or divorce. She basically put all bedroom action on hold unless I was going to attempt to impregnate her. Even with a marriage counselor, that was a tough year. I felt she was using intimacy as a weapon, and I wasn't going to be strong-armed into kids. It would just mean I would end up resenting her. We would probably get divorced anyway, and then I would have a kid I didn't want. It is also hard to talk to people about because in society, I am the bad guy for not wanting kids. I'm not sure about the purpose of this post. I guess I just wanted to share with some people who may get where I'm coming from. Update: I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all your kind words and support. This got way more attention than I expected. It is definitely tough, especially as an introvert in the pandemic. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I go on a date, not often, and I have to wonder if I'm actually doing this too soon. Anyway, it's nice to have the support and encouraging words of so many people. Thanks everyone. Update 2? Wow, this really blew up. I've seen some of these things in the comments, so I figured I'd add a little more information. First, I don't think my ex-wife came into the marriage with bad intentions. We really didn't talk about kids. I didn't realize at the time it was such a big deal. We really should have. However, we nearly got divorced 2 years into the marriage when the idea of having them was finally getting real to me and I was freaking out. I talked to her about it and this nearly led to a divorce 6 months later. I went home for Christmas alone and she told me she wouldn't be there when I got back. She was and told me she was okay with no kids. I told her not to stay if she thought I would change my mind. This is the point I was referring to when I mentioned she was okay with it until she wasn't. I do think she tried. Second, people ask why I haven't been snipped. I don't have a desire to have kids. I don't see them as a net positive. I just see work and financial burden. Basically, I see them as an obstacle to the future life I may want to have. However, I am open to the idea that my life goals could change, that somehow this desire could develop. I basically like to keep my options open. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone. If you are into the Myers-Briggs type indicator, I am an INTP, which is introverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving. And we just have a really hard time making decisions on things. LOL. It is better than being a regretful parent. I would recommend a vasectomy to weed out future partners whom secretly want kids. I absolutely agree with this. Don't even give them the option of thinking they can change your mind. I have a friend who was having trouble conceiving with her husband. He had 2 kids from 2 separate relationships, so they saw a fertility specialist for many years until she finally has a baby. She was very secretive about everything they went through, but I finally managed to get the full story. He had a vasectomy reversal and they did around 16 IUIs to conceive. Not quite IVF, but like turkey baster. So apparently vasectomy doesn't always mean no to some women. Many years, I dated a man in your exact predicament. He had been married to a woman he loved. They had agreed no kids, and somewhere along the way, she changed her mind. She gave him an ultimatum: a child or divorce. He gave in, they had a kid, they ended up divorced anyway. I'm sorry this happened to you, but good for you for sticking to your guns. It wouldn't have worked. And now, an innocent kid is stuck in the mix of that negativity and regret. That's so sad. I'm glad original poster didn't give in as well. I feel like once an ultimatum of that nature is presented, the relationship is already unsalvageable. Well, she behaved awful. Based on her actions alone, divorce was necessary. Know that here you aren't the bad guy for not wanting kids. You're even a hero for not giving in to having kids. It doesn't sound easy, this manipulation by a partner of 10 years. If you have regrets, I recommend the Facebook page, I Regret Having Children. Such hard and sad stories. You'll quickly know why divorce was the best choice. There are quite some stories over there from people who were forced by their partner to have children. It's heartbreaking. At least we won't be seeing your story over there. There is a regretful parent subreddit. I actually made a post there a year ago when this all started and they were telling me to divorce. I still feel guilty about it. I mean, we almost divorced 2 years into our marriage over the same issue. She said kids were not that important. I told her to not stay if she thought she would change my mind. I have all my life to be child-free, but she is also mid-30s and now starting over. She isn't even the maternal type, so I don't think she will actually like having kids. She just likes the fantasy of it all. Sometimes I wonder if I should not have let her stay so she would be in a better spot. But then again, she's an adult and more than capable of making decisions. It's called reproductive coercion, and it happens a lot. If anyone tells you you're the bad guy, think of it this way, or even respond with, all children deserve to be wanted. You are your own person with bodily autonomy. You deserve a partner who respects you in all aspects. Reproductive coercion is a huge violation of a person, and I am frankly glad you're rid of a woman who would only use you as a swimmer's dispenser with some meat attached. Good luck to you, friend. If you need to talk, you are welcome to direct message this internet stranger. Not to condone her behavior, but judging by the number of stories we have had posted here where a baby crazy person sabotaged their birth control in an attempt to get pregnant, that could have ended a whole heck of a lot worse for you. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's being presented as an issue. The ultimatum worked, and they got divorced because they were incompatible. Ultimatums mean you gotta be okay with either outcome. She's kind of running out of time to have a kid, so the time to get out was now. It sucks, but at least she didn't just get pregnant. It really sucks that anyone who doesn't want kids is automatically the bad guy in a relationship, regardless of gender. Even when they were clear from day one they did not want kids and told their significant other. It makes me so mad. Replace kids with anything else. Religion, food choices, where you want to live, or any of the other big choices people make in relationships, and people would say, you knew who you married, what do you expect? For instance, I told my significant other when we got married I was an atheist or vegan or wanted to live in Seattle, and they agreed. Now X years later, they admit they hoped to change me, and if I don't give in to their demands, they will divorce me and have stopped all affection until I agree. This is fricked up. Yet it is okay to do that when it's a baby, aka a living creature that someone has said they don't want? Sorry that happened to you. I mean, was she always that obsessed? I wonder if maybe you thought she'd change her mind as well. Not your fault, not her fault, but it happens. You weren't on the same page. At least it ended before things got even worse. Believe me, single life isn't as bad as being stuck in a crappy marriage that doesn't work. Enjoy your freedom for now and enjoy being a single guy in your 30s. It's true. She's career focused and always busy. She also isn't the caregiving type. I really don't understand why someone of her personality would want kids. I dated girls before I thought would be great moms and totally get why they would want kids. I never understood it with her though. Same with my husband, commented above. He never was really interested in having kids. Thinks our cats are expensive and never had a parental instinct. I only saw him holding a baby once about 8 years ago. I love him very much. He would maybe be a good father in times, but he would be a terrible father and husband in bad times. Women face a lot, and I mean a lot, of pressure to be mothers. The pressure even comes down to being told we're not real women if we don't bear children. It's as if we don't mean anything to anyone unless we're mothers. You've mentioned that she's in her mid-30s. If she's falling to this pressure, her time is decreasing. She's definitely getting it hard from her parents. In her culture, babies are pretty much expected. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't leave. subscribe. Be a for lifer. Yeah.